on Passive Weekly Chat with Engineer Mike, with the panelists. I just want to say welcome and thank you, everybody, our viewers on Facebook, our viewers on YouTube. We say welcome. Today is another edition. Today is session number 118. That's 118 we've gone already. Wow, how time flies. So welcome everybody again. No, this should be 119. 118 was last one, sorry. This one is 119. 119. So welcome everybody. We just want to say thank you again and have a good seat and listen to our topic. Is today is still continuing the continuation of how will OBLES transform humanity. The topic again, how will OBLES transform humanity? And today is part 6. We'll be having so many of our leaders come here, and today is a 6th person, and we'll continue till we get so many other people bring their own perspective, because this is how we learn, right? You can learn from people's projects and you expand on what you had, which was a little sketchy something, to make it to be fleshy and have some bone and meat and everything. Okay, so we bring this our founders who have some knowledge or have an in-depth of what OBLES can do to them. So they come here and explain to us, and there are concepts that they will break down. There are things that they will explain to us, and we will all have a communication. We'll all have like a chat on the panel right here, and people can learn from that, right? So if you need to get your piece of papers and pens to scribble something, go ahead and get that. So with me tonight on the panel, we have our sister Lister, Queen Lister from Toronto, Canada, right there. Next to her, we have our Queen, Mama Debbie McCormick, which is our able moderator for tonight. She will be anchoring the whole of this session. So please, your questions, your comments should go to the comment section, and she will read some of them. She loves reading them, and those questions will always answer them. On my next to me is my very own Queen sister, Dr. Benny Blessing Tinglet, signing in from Chevy Chase, Maryland, United States of America. Welcome, Dr. Smiley, Dr. B, the wife of Ompasi. Welcome. So the way I will always say, I don't have the capacity or the capability to introduce our special guest tonight. I don't know who she is, but the moderator definitely knows who she is. So she will go ahead and introduce our special guest for tonight. Then we will move on from there. So with all due respect, Mama Debbie, I'm handing it over to you. Thank you and welcome, Mama Debbie.
Thank you so much, Engineer Mike. And thank you to all our live viewers and those who will be listening and watching us in the future.
Yes, politically.
We are so honored and blessed to have one of our very own sisters here smiling at us from head to toe. You've seen her before, and I have seen her in various places, but I didn't know a lot about her. But the one special place that we meet on a regular basis is Deep Dive every Tuesday and Thursday. So we are so honored and blessed to have our wonderful Queen Sharon Weeden, who was born and raised in Toronto, Canada. We're so proud of you, sis. She is a proud founder and CEO of Bollywood Pushpin Media in Toronto. I used to see Bollywood. I did not know who it belonged to, but now I do. Thank you so much, sis. But a lot of people always, sometimes, and very often, they call her ambassadors of Toronto working with some of the biggest names in theater. There's no fun without acting, huh? So that's where she comes in. And theater will mean music, dance, charities, and special events. And those special events can mean anything from one end to the other. Bollywood is Toronto's favorite indoor poster and flyer distribution company, which was established in 2004. And as a global ambassador of Unpassive since April of 2022, she is that special person that we have with us tonight. Wow.
Should I twerk in your camera?
Queen Sharon, you did a lot. You were the sponsor for Ethan's Voice Walk for Autism. Not too many people care for autism individuals, but you have that special heart for them. We appreciate you for that. And you also volunteer for several charities, and also you volunteer for a lot of special events. Thank you for having, that's the heart of an blessed person. And you are also known for being what? A lot of other things. You would take your shirt off and give it to someone who doesn't have. How many people do that? Not so many of us. So today we are listening to you to share with us your blessed passion and how it helps humanity. You already are doing it, but our viewers do not know that. So we'll welcome you with open arms, and so are our viewers as you share with us on this session number 6 on how Bless will transform humanity. Over to you, Queen Sister Sharon, and keep smiling.
Thank you so much, Sister Debbie. That was a great introduction. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Sharon Weeden from Toronto, Canada. Some of you on YouTube know me as Ballyhoo, Pushpin Media. Thank you. Tonight, all I can say is, Bless. Bless happens to be one of my favorite products that Passive is coming out with. Bless is going to bless the world, especially today. In today's world, it is just so crazy. All over the world, not only here in Canada, people cannot afford groceries, they can't afford gas. Most people are getting kicked out of their homes because the rent is ridiculous right now. It is crazy. We have, within the last year in Canada, over 17,000 homeless people. I have been born and raised in Toronto. I have never seen so many homeless people. I just walked by a church the other day, and the whole front of the church was tents and furniture. Even our Hyde Park, which is like Central Park in New York, has tent people, homeless people. All our parks are being cluttered with homeless people. So Bless, when Bless launches, we're going to be able to help these people, help them get back on their feet, help them get food for their children, and shelter, and water, and you name it. Bless is going to do it. Bless is one of those fundraisers, kind of like GoFundMe, but way better. Bless is going to help save the animals, the wildlife, all over the world. It's going to help, I said homeless, books for children. By the way, happy World Children's Day. And we're going to help build schools and give books. And we're going to also help the entertainment world. The entertainment world is suffering. They're not getting the funding that they used to. So we're not getting as many shows. And it's always good to get out to a show if you can, get some culture. So we're going to help out those people. We're also going to help build hospitals and help with equipment, even something simple like a bicycle for a child. We have so much to do with OBLES. If you haven't heard about OBLES, you will. And it's probably the best crowdfunding that you'll ever come across. We have over 4 million people, 1,000 people, global ambassadors that are going to also help your cause. Look out, world. Here comes OnPassive, OBLES. OBLES, again, is definitely one of my favorite products. And I have a little bit more to say, but I'm going to go back to you, Debbie.
Thank you so much, Queen Sharon. Very much appreciated. OBLES is your favorite product in our OnPassive family. I mean, in our OnPassive ecosystem. Thank you. Well, we have panelists who either have questions for you or have contributions to make. So it might be questions before and contributions. And listening to your journey, and as you rightfully said, I did not know there's so many homeless people in the Western world. You know, we see poverty in the global South, but I did not know you living in Toronto, in Canada, where a lot of people from the global South believe that that is the right place to go so you can get through to survive in a better Western world. But you're saying that there's 1,700,000 homeless people. So before I pass it to the other, maybe you can help us understand from your point of view, being born and raised there, has there been any period for you to understand how it came about, the city came about having so many homeless individuals?
The reason why is the cost of living has gone up sky high. The cost of food is ridiculous. People cannot feed their children. For a family of 3, it's like $500 every 3 to 4 days. And that's just the bare necessity. That's not going back and getting milk and bread. And then as far as if you're renting or if you own a home, just to have, I don't know, there's one person that paid over $750 for a cot in a shared bedroom and just a little drawer. Like, the cost of living is ridiculous here. So with food, between the food prices and the gas hikes and the food, roast beef, okay? Here in Toronto, a thing of roast beef, it is almost $60. You see people saying, hey, you want to go half on the roast beef? And for a turkey, we just had Thanksgiving in October. For a turkey is anywhere from $80 to $140 for a turkey. So people just they can't afford it anymore. And the government, there's no rent control when it comes to especially the new buildings and new homes. The landlords can raise your rent as high as they want to. And so people just can't afford it. They're moving out of their homes because they can't afford a 1-bedroom apartment in Toronto, in Ontario, period. A 1-bedroom apartment is anywhere from $1,500 to over $2,000 a month. And that's why we have so many homeless people. Because although everything is going up in price, the wages are not going up in price. So what's going to happen is we're going to have the rich and we are going to have the poor. They're going to cut out, middle class is going to be gone. So we have to help these people that need help. I've never, ever seen it so bad as it is right now. People are leaving Ontario because that's how bad it is. Back to you, Sister Deb.
Thank you, Queen Sharon. You know what? There's always hope. OnPassive is our hope. That's how I see it. And I pray that those homeless individuals, not only in Ontario, but the rest of the world, will, some of them will have connection and support from those who are really into All Bless, including you and I, and those of us who are all here, the panelists and our live viewers and our future viewers. So I'm very positive that On Passive is going to bring hope, which is already there, through people like you. So thank you so much. I'm going to call on our sister Queen Listra, who is here to chime in, either to raise a question with you or to share her opinion about what the topic for the day is. Over to you, Queen Listra.
Thank you, Sister Debbie. Sharon, as you know, I live in Ontario as well. I used to live in Scarborough, and then I moved to Pickering, and now I'm in the country. I'm just northeast of Cobourg now. So I'm in the real country, and I love it here. But I have been to Toronto, to a few of the shelters up there to help feed the homeless and bring clothes and so on. And I know it's awful. I know it's awful. But do you know that a lot of the people in the shelters, okay, I don't know, it's like emotional problems and so on, that they prefer to stay outside. And that is where the big problem arises. Do you think that Oh Bless will be able to help get these people off the streets?
Yes, I do believe Oh Bless can help get people off the street. Because people want help. They want to be back on their feet. They want to be able to move into a home and be able to provide to their family and to be able to get a job, a good job, that they don't have to look for handouts. They want this. They want it so bad. You see them out there hand peddling, begging for money, but they also see them out there trying to get odd jobs here and there, washing windows, asking people if they need help with their lawn. It is just crazy. And we don't have enough shelters really for these people. And then when they're on the street, it's scary for them because so many of the homeless people get robbed, they get raped, get beaten up. It's crazy. So I talked to one homeless guy and he's like, I sleep during the day, not at night, because I'm afraid that I'm going to be robbed. So you have these people that can't afford anything, and people that can't afford anything either are robbing them. And in Toronto, I've never seen so many stores. I'm talking pharmacies, clothing stores, music stores, that their door is locked. You have to knock on the door, and if they recognize you, they let you in. And that's just going to get worse. The more that we don't have to give back to the people, the more the people are going to need, the more the cost of living goes up, the more looting's going to happen, the more homeless people are going to be robbed, and people like me, I could get robbed. I could have a home invasion. You never know. That's how crazy it is in Canada right now, especially here in Toronto.
Yeah.
I know. I seen it on the news. 17,000 people in Canada. I have never, ever walked by parks and seen so many. I never seen homeless people in our parks, let alone so many in so many parks. And then they're taking up the spaces of the church.
Right. Okay, so I asked that question to say this. Okay, we do know that Oh Bless will be able to help, right? Oh Bless, the way this platform is made up, it is going to help because it's a non-profitable platform, right? That will help raise funds not only here in Toronto, but worldwide.
Worldwide. Yeah.
And that is going to help the homeless, the children, the moms who've had to leave their homes for whatever reason with their children and they're in shelters, because we know that happens a lot as well. So, Oh Bless is one platform that is going to work for humanity. We know this.
For sure.
I will hand it over to you, Sister Debbie, for now. And thank you, Sharon.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you, Queen Lystra. Thank you, Queen Sharon. 17,000 is quite a staggering number to look at. But we know that is just one place, right? So you can imagine the 8 billion people in this universe, how many others we have, not just there, but in other parts of the world, especially in our global south countries, and those that are at war as well. I don't know how we're going to resolve it as we are waiting for Oh Bless to get into action, even though it has been acting or has been working to help us. But we're doing our best, what we do best, by educating our viewers and those who follow us in whatever we do. So at this stage, I'm going to call on our queen, our one and only Dr. Benny, to chime in. If you have a question for our sister Sharon, or you have a comment, please, you can do both or one or the other. Over to you, Queen Dr. Benny, or Queen Smiley.
Greetings. Well, good evening to my queens and kings around the globe. I really want to thank those who are here supporting us on the chat. And I want to thank our panelists here. Queen Sharon, thank you so much for accepting our King Engineer Michael's invitation. But before I proceed, I want to really take this special moment to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing all of us together. Are you guys excited? Are you happy? You are alive at the moment. But you guys know that at any time, we don't know, we can leave the world. So whatever you have now, enjoy it. I want to thank our Heavenly Father for bringing someone to us, because if it wasn't for that person, you and I, Queen Sharon, all of us here, we will not be here. This particular person, he loves you and I. He decided that he wants to share his vision to us because he noticed that there are a lot of humans on earth who are in need. There are a lot of humans on earth who don't even have jobs. He said he doesn't want to become a billionaire, trillionaire. What is he going to do with all that money? Just to put it in the bank account and just be bragging? He will not do that. By the way, OnPassive is owned by our Heavenly Father, but he decided, he chose somebody, and it's our visionary. His name is Mr. Ash Mafaria. Mr. Ash accepted his calling because he knows the importance of humans on earth. He loves all of us. He cares about us. Mr. Ash Mafaria. He made that statement, either I do or I die. As we all know that he is here to correct corruption, to eradicate poverty, and to uplift humanity. So he decided to choose this particular product or solution. As we all know that we have more than 50 products or solution, and more and more and more will be coming. But this Oh Bless that you, Queen Sharon, decided to share it to us is important to our CEO. You know that our CEO, sometimes he will wake up, take his wife and the children just to go and feed these homeless people because he cares. He cares. And that's what you're trying to do as well. Sorry. We do have 8.1 plus billion humans on Earth. But there are a lot of homeless people, especially in this country. I notice there are a lot. But I don't understand why. When I believe that there are a lot of opportunities here, still, they are still homeless people. Hey, with this particular Bless, because of the amount of humans, or should I say the amount of accounts that we have, 1.4 million plus accounts, those individuals, if they are willing, they will be able to share just $1. So, should in case, or I would say in reference of what you have just said, if I have a project myself, right, I will go to the back office and solicit for support, right? So by me soliciting for support, if and only our brand ambassadors or affiliate, if they are willing just to put $1, I will be able to help. Just like you in Canada, if you go to the back office, just mention that you have this project. And if and only, well, I know that you will utilize the money for that project, right? You will utilize the money for the project. We can do that if and only. Remember that despite the fact that we can pay that $1, but you have some good people, good affiliates that will give more than $1. And you will be able to help those homeless people. Now, by you helping them doesn't mean that you will just give them the money, or are you going to ask them what they want to do to better off their life? Then you give them the money, because if you just keep feeding them, it means that every month you will, it's not even, because they have to eat every day, right? They have to eat. So do you think that it's a good idea that you may just communicate with them and ask them what do they really want to do with their life in order for you now to take some of this money now and help them? Queen Sharon?
Yes, that's a good question, Sister Benny. I think every situation will be different. I think you have to feel out the person and see, where their head's at, where they're going. Because some people been homeless for years. Some people don't mind being homeless. They fell into the cracks, however way they did. And then there are those ones that want help. And so those are the ones that you can help beyond giving them something to eat, beyond giving them a couple of dollars. And you can help them and figure out where they're going. What is their next step? Because of course that's what you want. You want to be able to lift up humanity. You want to be able to help them get off the streets and get into a home. You want to be able to help them, guide them in the right direction for either legal help or shelter or counseling, because a lot of people that are homeless are very depressed, and they're depressed for several reasons. And so you have to feel that out. You have to, I say, every situation is different. You have to do that. There is a gentleman here in Toronto. He's on YouTube and on Instagram, and he goes around and to give back to humanity. And he has given. He went to go give a loaf of bread to a homeless person on the street, and she yelled and screamed at him. And she's like, "Get out of here! Go away! Go away! Don't you understand English?" So you have to be very careful. And he walks around with security. And he'll sometimes tape a whole bunch of $20 to his chest and tell people to take what they want. And he'll go to Walmart and buy a whole bunch of food and stand outside of Walmart after spending $5,000 worth of food, and then stand outside of Walmart and tell people to take what they need. And they'll go and they'll take what they need. And like maybe they just need a loaf of bread or a couple of loaves of bread and some milk. And then they go into Walmart and they buy the rest of what they need. Ask me if this man's not been arrested several times for giving back to humanity. That's the world we're living in these days. So you got to, take everything with a grain of salt. You have to, analyze people if you can. You can't always, and we may come across that. We may come across trying to help somebody and they may yell and scream at us and get mad at us. Right? Like you don't know. So we have to really, really, just look at every situation different. I hope that answers your question.
Well, that's fine. So, with these homeless people out there, so they are mad at him just because he's giving them the food. So they are expecting by money. You know that let me say, if he gives them the money, they would utilize that money not for food. I know that. They will use it for cracks. So that it was a good idea that he decided to go buy the food and just said they should just pick up what they want, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have another question, please. Based upon what you have said, is it fair for me to assume that Obless could potentially shut down some of the NGO? If so, if it is true, so how?
Can you repeat the question? Shut down some of the what?
Shut down some of the NGOs, non-profit organization, governmental organization. There are a lot of NGOs out there, right?
True.
Now, because of Obless that you and I, it's easier for us to just give like $1 each and we can have plenty of money, right? So, but there are a lot of NGOs or that they're asking for too much. And when you pay, it seems as if you have to pay taxes. And I know that within our company, we are not going to pay taxes when it comes to Obless.
This is true. Will we shut them down? Probably not. We got the non-for-profit and, you got the ones that collect the money. You got to be careful when you're donating money to these organizations, because a lot of the money to some of them, I believe, don't go directly to what they're asking the money for. So we got to be careful when it comes for that, and then there's not for profit, right? So you just got to, I think we just got to be careful on where we're spreading our apples. And these people here, they don't need our help because of the fact that they're taking a big chunk of that money and not giving it to the right people. So those aren't the type of people that I think Obless needs to help. The people that we need to help is like some of my favorite charities, like Hospital for Sick Kids, Children with Brain Cancer Tumor, Ethan's Voice, Children with Autism, Rescuing Dogs, dog shelters. Those are the people that we need to reach and we need to help because they have a big heart and they're doing it simply because of the cause. I've been working with different charities all my life, and today, more so than ever, it's really, really hard to reach into people's pockets. People don't have it, and the ones that do, I don't know. I like to say that they care, but I think they don't care. You know what they say, the rich get richer. I hope that answers your question.
It's okay. Thank you so much. There are a lot of should I say underprivileged children out there. Just like you say, homelessness, orphanage, and widowers that need serious help from us. And I believe that we have good people within Unpassive that will do. We're not going to play like the non-profit organization. We are going to utilize this money and really help these children. So I am willing, and I'm willing to work with whoever, but make sure that when the money is given, we need to take care of these people, of these children. We should not play with the money, because I don't play with money. Thank you so much. Let me not keep talking.
It's okay, Dr. Benny. It's all right. Thank you so much, Dr. Benny, and thank you, Queen Sharon. Wow, I was just listening to both of us, and I realized that homelessness is something that exists in a lot of our neighborhoods. And I looked at all the wonderful people who are supporting us from YouTube and Facebook. I want to thank them personally, starting with, in no particular order, but just those who are just talking and supporting what Queen Sharon is sharing, starting with Claudette Ncho. I may not pronounce it properly, but that's the name I think I see. And if I pronounce it wrongly, just forgive me. We appreciate Maidan Mishra. We appreciate Rao Sahab Pandijay, Aseta Samfo, Queen Murflin. The reason I say some is because I don't understand the gender, so I don't want to say the wrong gender if it's a man, if I don't understand the name. Olasunbo Kuye, Shirijit Jana, Shubhash Sahu, Brother Mamadou Jallo, Queen Hyacinth Griffiths, Queen Nadia Lawson, Laxman Swanka, Vivine Binet, Achara Sudhe, Amanama Das, Queen Jelma is in the house, Tigala Ashok, Franchet Tanyan, Queen Evelyn Jenkins, and Queen Nixon Mamba. So the next time I'll have to welcome all the others that I don't have them here. But this is just to say we have over 20 people who are here with us, following what Queen Sister Sharon is sharing with us about Oh Bless, how it's going to help humanity. We truly appreciate that. And those on Facebook, we appreciate you as well. Miss MST, Miss Rena, welcome as well. We know that as all this is going on in our global world, we don't only have homelessness, we have other issues. And those issues I don't even know where to begin because there's several of them. If it has to do with people who have special needs or who have addiction of some sort, and addiction, there's so many types of them. I don't know how, from your perspective, Queen Sharon, what you think Oh Bless can help people with addiction or help people who have special needs. I know you also work with autism individuals. What is your view of Oh Bless being able to support not just homelessness, but autism and addiction? And addiction could be from alcohol or from drugs. There's so many types. Some people are addicted to they get up in the morning, they want to eat the same thing. They're addicted to sugar, even though they know that it has side effects when they do that with your health. So it just means everything. And there are some people who are also sexually addicted. I'm sorry, we have to say it. That happens. So addiction is a huge problem with humans. So I don't know if this is something that you have experienced as you work with others, or is just the homelessness aspect of it. Over to you, Sister Sharon.
No, I'd say I touched a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Addiction is a hard one. Addiction, they first gotta want our help. And what we can do is have the money in order to open up more addiction clinics and spots where they can get the counseling that they need, where they can have a safe place to talk, where they can be able to. Some of the addictions are because they don't have the money to survive. And so they're turning towards the bottle or towards drugs. Drugs in Canada are easy to get, more so than it was 3 years ago. Even it's everywhere, and so that's a real tough one. But we need more support for people that have an addiction personality. For, like you said, it could be a sex addiction, it could be drugs, alcohol, it could be almost anything. But the most they need is counseling, and they need to know that somebody cares. And we don't have enough places for the resource for them. So OBLESS can help get them that, can help opening up. Like, we're going to open up more shelters. We need to open up more places for people with addiction to go to. As far as special needs children, there are so many, ADHD, autism, you name it. And there's a lot, even here in OnPassive, some of our global leaders, they have an autistic child or a special needs child in their home. And a lot of them, believe it or not, are the grandparents. And when it comes to special needs kids, the families need a lot of money for their resources, for everything that they need in order for them to help them grow up to be half decent human beings. They need it for swimming lessons. They need laptops. They need it to have an extra support teacher because they're going to a regular school, but you could have a runner. And so you just need, the families need the money to support whatever they need, because the government funding does not give you enough. You only get it once a year, and it's not enough to get everything that your child needs to survive for that year. So parents have to really think, okay, well, I can get him a tutor today, or maybe I can get him a teacher for school, or maybe I can get like a GPS, because some kids are what I call runners, and they just take off, boom, they're gone, and they may leave the school. And so they have GPS trackers for children like that. But that costs a ridiculous amount of money a year just to have a tracker on your child that's a runner. So it's really, really tough. Like, OBLESS is, it's going to be such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful platform, and everybody's going to love it, and everybody's going to need it. OBLESS is going to help. We have some founders here that rescue dogs. I heard not too long ago about, I don't know, I think it's like 5 countries that have like a festival of dogs. I can't remember the exact name for it, but basically what they do is they steal dogs off the street, they steal pets and stuff like that. Then they parade them around on this one big 3-day festival, and then they kill them and eat them. And that's just wrong. And so we need to rescue these dogs. We need to have the money to shut down these organizations, because that just shouldn't happen. And then there's like poachers out there killing our wildlife, our elephants, and we need to be able to fund these people to help save the animals, save the sharks, save so O Bless is going to help everybody and everything. And to start community gardens. If we have that money, O Bless can help people start a garden, grow your own food. Especially today, we need to grow our own food because you are what you eat. And you're not going to stay healthy if you're eating GMO products, which is also in our vitamins. And our water is tainted. And some people don't even have clean water. Some people have to walk miles and miles to drink tainted water. Some people don't even have that. So we can help give clean water. Like, O Bless is going to help so many people. I hope I answered your question, Sister Debbie. I know I went off topic there a little.
No, you did not go off topic. Thank you so much. We just learned something new from this discourse. Thank you. Are you kidding me? It's just an educational session. And yes, Dr. Benny, please.
Sorry, we do have a question here from Dr. Nadu. She stated, thanks, Sister Sharon. How can we dictate the hidden ones suffering internally?
Can you repeat that? Sorry.
How can we dictate the hidden ones suffering internally? You know, like let's say hidden homelessness or people suffering internally. How can we dictate?
You know, that's a hard one. I'll try to answer that question. I guess we got to know, how can I say this? Again, it's just like helping the homeless. People have to reach out. And some people are crying in silence. Some people are they're just quiet. They're not going to speak out. So we have to be able to feel these people out and find out who they are and where they are and offer our help, because there's so many people like that in the world that are suffering in silence. I hope that answered your question.
Well, I believe so. Remember you said something about counseling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So counseling, you may have like some psychologists or they will sit down and try to, or counselors or licensed professional counselors that they can sit and communicate with those, maybe those homelessness, to communicate with them just to find out what is going on with them. I mean, there are some people when they have problem, right? They share it, and when they talk, because I have a degree in counseling, right? So when they just want to listen, they just want you to listen to them. So when they talk, don't act, just sit and listen.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And sometimes that's what we need to do. We need to listen more, and because the answer is in the pudding, right? So if you hear them talk and hear what you'll be able to know what they need.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And we really want to thank our tech brothers and sisters, because they are the one really trying to develop this, our products or solution. We have to thank them all the time. And our CEO stated that we need to work together as a family. I will keep emphasizing that. Put it here. We have to work together to help these people out there. Thank you, our Queen moderator. I really appreciate you. I would say outstanding moderation. Thank you.
Good question.
Queen Sharon, we love you. Queen Listra, we love you too much. But our own real man here, my brother, you are the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Queen Sister Dr. Benny. Thank you. You always praise our God, and then you come back and praise everyone on the panel and everyone who is live with us on YouTube and also on Facebook. Thank you. We love you too, from head to toe, as Dr. Seuss says. Thank you, Queen Sharon, for spending this evening with us. You know, we were brought together by one special person, But I want to say once more that, oh, okay, Sister Claudette Ncho said I pronounced her name very well. Thank you. We want to welcome the other people that I didn't mention their names earlier. That is Brother Levi, Mama Bolo, Queen Lily Lane, and M. Kylie. I also saw, I think Queen Ivy Mix seemed to be in the house as well. Welcome, Mama Ivy. Thank you for being with us as always. And at this point, we're here because somebody brought us together, right? He had that wonderful mind of making sure that we are all educated about something, whether you're on the panel or not. It's active participation from everybody. We spend an hour every Monday and Friday, and he felt it was the right thing to do. And that person who worked endlessly to educate everyone, he teaches each and every one of us what to do, how to do it, regardless of your knowledge about where we are in terms of information technology. He will guide you. It does not matter how long it takes. Engineer Mike, we appreciate you. We thank you. We love you. And we know you have something to share with our sister Sharon. So I'll pass the microphone over to you and you do what you do best. Thank you, bro, for bringing us together. We love you.
Thank you, Mama Debbie. Outstanding presentation right there. Moderation was good. My sister Queen Lister always comes and give her taste. Then Dr. Betty crossed it all, thanking God. And Sharon, you know, when people come and see you at Dream Team, you ask your questions and all of that. When you hear how you used to ask your questions, they know there's somebody who is intelligent and somebody who knows what he's talking, okay? So I just want to appreciate you for being our special guest tonight. That makes it a lot of sense, okay? It makes a lot of sense, yeah. And we appreciate you, okay? Because you know, some of these phenomena are there. We know of this the topic we're talking about, and now look at it. You have brought us to understand the way, you know, people in news, it is always, the news is always flashing and going and going and going. But when we see somebody who is inside, who has understood what is going on there, bringing it on to us, it sticks more than you just listening over the news, right? From now, I mean, we know the wider and the broader scope of what is happening on the streets for the homeless in Toronto. We also know what is happening in the housing situation. We also know now that um, as the expenditure is going increasingly high, the rents and other basic needs are getting very high, but the salaries are still the same instead going low. So it's what is called recession, right? Now we are coming into the world as unperceivers in this time and this period where, you know, there is recession. So this platform that our CEO has created for us called Unpassive Ecosystem is a kind of beacon of hope for humanity, because it is taking us back to those dreams that we used to have. If you remember, oh, I will do this, I will do that, I will do this, I will do that. But guess what? We did not really have financial backings to all the plans that we used to have. But this ecosystem that our CEO has created is bringing us back those hopes. And he himself tells us, dream big. So put all those your dreams that you used to dream, and with the possibility that it's gonna be done right now, and we move on. And how are we moving on? write down all those things that we need. I always have, like I say, I have like sticker notes, diaries, and all those things. I have all of the time around me, which I'm always writing. I'm always writing something so that I don't forget. The worst thing will be when you are ready and those apples are there, but guess what? You do not have a plan of action. That'll be the bad one. Because even if you have project managers running your stuff for you, you still need a sketchy plan that, okay, this from this time to this time period, right? So just write those things down. And when you see how your apples are coming, you will be able to plan it. This is a project manager stuff right now. Mama Debbie is just answering because she's a project manager. She knows what I'm talking about. So the worst thing will be that you have these apples, they are coming. You have these big plans, but they are not written. You can't ever remember what to do next and next and next. So, but if you have them outlined and you give that sketchy layout to a project manager, he will know best to develop it. He will say, okay, now is the water, we want to try to do the water project. Okay, boreholes, and how many months can we do the boreholes? How much allocation do we have for this project to be completed from the beginning to the end of the project? How long, and things like that. So that will be the time that you and everybody will come in now with your finance and everything after they have done the planning for you. You cannot just go today and say, okay, I want to build supermarkets everywhere and all of that. You have the money, right? But there must be some kind of reading, okay? Kind of, so that you understand what is going on, and so that when you give them that sketch, they can develop it and your project will be well done. So remember as well that there will be a project session in OBLESS, right? It will have some rules for you to follow before you put it in there, right? But these things will be handled, or they will be done in a good way when you have them written down in like steps, right? So all of these things are the rules that will follow and all of that, right? So I just want to thank you, and I want to say, yeah, come back again anytime you feel like, in any topic that you want to talk. Just let Mama Debbie knows, and she will let us know, and you will come back again. And I want to appreciate you. Mama Debbie, over to you.
Thank you so much, Engineer Mike. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sharon, you see how much we love you, right? Now remember, this is home. We welcome you, and this is how we welcome everyone who comes here every Monday and Friday, but you're mostly a special one because I know I'll see you on Deep Dive and Dream Team as well. So we welcome you, and we hope you're going to hang out with us. I see that Queen Feather King is here, Queen Mufflin is here. A lot of the people that you know are here supporting. That is a good sign because they want to hear about you. That does not mean you should disappear and not come back. Queen Feather is just saying that, no, thanks, Sister Sharon, for your presentation. That's from Queen Feather King. And I think Mufflin is also here. And who is the other person that I saw here from the other places that you go to? No, we all appreciate what you have to share. That was Queen Lily Lane is here as well. No, Kelly that you see everywhere. Lily Lane is here as well. Just to tell you that whatever you shared, never underestimated the power of love and the power of yes. Whatever you're going through, regardless, all those people that you see, the ups and downs, that too shall come to pass. Every generation is very unique. The generation before us did not know about, I would say when I came to America 30 plus years ago, I did not know what is called GMO. So now that is what is trendy right now. Everything is changing so much. I grew up in a place where you get up and go to your mother's farm and you plant whatever you liked planting, and you harvest what is ready for harvesting. You come home and eat. No pesticides were used. Nowadays, you eat chicken that they just blow them in a couple of weeks. It's ready for you to eat. It's scary, but it doesn't mean we should not continue living life. No. But we know that with passive and artificial intelligence that we have, it's going to bring us something more unique that has never been seen before. And that's where we are right now, thanking our CEO and thanking the tech team for giving us the opportunity to learn something new. And all the new developments that are coming up will help provide all the drinking water issues, provide for the homelessness, provide for the stray animals. They're not going to be stray again because there definitely will be enough income to take care of all those issues that cannot be taken care of right now. So thank you so much, Sharon, for gracing us with your presence. Thank you to our wonderful viewers on Facebook and those in the future, those on YouTube. We appreciate you and all the comments. Thank you, Queen Nadu, for your question. And we look forward to seeing each and every one on Friday. So at this stage, we'll say thank you to our YouTube viewers, to Facebook. We are in it to win it. And this was a wonderful session number 6. And we look forward to seeing you again. Bye for now. We are in it to win it, everyone.
We need to win it.
We got it.